guys, welcome to the show today. This is still Juliet. Welcome. We have a very special guest today. She's a language consultant. Her name is Ijoma. Ijoma, welcome to the show. How are you doing today?
I'm good, Juliet. Thank you. And you too?
I'm awesome. Thank you for coming in. So, Ijoma is the founder of Siloam Expressions. So she's here to give us insights about being bilingual in any country that you are. Ijoma, so from your background, you mentioned, we spoke of behind the camera, you mentioned you had masters in French and German, and you were a lecturer in Nigeria before you migrated to Canada. Can you give us a little bit, background story on that?
Yeah, so, well, while growing up, I was very passionate about languages. I wanted to learn lots of languages. But then eventually, I learned French and German in university. And then afterwards, I taught in a secondary school for some years before going back to the university to lecture, and then going ahead with my master's degree in French. And then currently, I'm doing my PhD in languages, cultures, and literacies in French.
Awesome. So, do you think being bilingual helps, when you migrate to a different country?
Yeah, so being bilingual helps a lot, especially if the second language you're speaking is also a language, a major language of the country that you are in. So even if it's not, it's an edge. It's an added advantage to you to speak an extra language. One language is never enough.
Your company right now, you kind of take people in who wants to learn languages. Do you take from zero level, or there is a particular proficiency you must have in language before you accept them into your program?
Yeah, so we have classes for children from ages 4 and above, children who don't have any knowledge of French, and also children who are in French schools or French immersion. Adults who would like to learn French for pleasure, for leisure, just to have French language as one of the languages they speak, and also for adults who would like to take the TEF exam in order to boost their CRS score for immigration to Canada. So we offer a 12 months TEF exam preparation class for them, where we teach people French from level 0 to level B2 in 12 months. So B2 is a level that you need to attain in order to get the desired CRS score for immigration.
And how long do you think it will take someone from 0 to B2?
So basically, you need 600 hours of French studies to be able to get to that level of B2. So you need the consistency, you need a good tutor, and you need to, keep being motivated to get to that level. Yes.
Okay. And what this channel is all about is career transitioning, and the reason what you're doing right now in any country that you are, why you're doing it, if it's different from what you're doing back home or the same. So my question now is, coming to Canada, have you always had in mind to start something like this, or something that just came to you when you came over here?
That's a very good question. So I generally like teaching, okay, for fun or just teaching. So but then creating this company was inspired by a need and a gap that I discovered. So I discovered that, well, before coming to what I discovered, coming to Canada, I came from France, and then I had 2 kids, and they were already speaking French, so coming to Canada. So when they came into Canada, of course, I enrolled them in French school in order to continue the language, learning. But then it made sense for me because I could speak French, I could understand what they were going through in school, their homework and all that. So, but then coming to Canada and then living in Canada, I began to meet parents who come into Canada and they know the importance of French language, and then they want their kids to speak their language, but they can't speak the language. So how do they help the kids, like at home with homework? So that's where I come in. So I started helping, students who are in French schools or French immersion, like as a support after school classes, in order to help them boost their confidence and the language learning. Because in French immersion schools and also French schools, if you don't get to a certain standard in the language, you have to go back to the English. And most parents will want their children to really be in the French immersion schools. So then in the long run, I discovered that, okay, we're learning French and that's good. Well, how about your mother tongue? How about your African language? How about Igbo, Yoruba? So I noticed that the children can't speak their mother tongue, and I felt the need to inculcate, Igbo and Yoruba classes into my classes too. so that if a child is learning a foreign language, he should also be able to speak his mother tongue, which is his identity. So, and then from this initiative, we also started the free Bible Club classes and also Discover Africa series, which is also free for students, where they are able to get more insight, learn more about Africa, and also help them identify themselves as Africa, and also as they grow up, they know their roots, where they're coming from, they can speak their language, they know their culture and their history.
Okay, so two things from what you just said. Do you focus more on children in French immersion or any child at all?
Yeah, so I started with children in French immersion, but in the long run, I started getting requests for children who weren't in French immersion schools, who were in English schools, but the parents wanted them to learn French. So currently, I have two groups of students: students who are in French schools or in French immersion, and then children who are in English schools but they want to learn French. I also have classes, basically conversational classes and writing classes for children who are in French schools and already have a very good level of French language. So I help them with the writing and also conversational classes. Online, so you can join from anywhere in the world. So, and it's also flexible. Yeah. So usually for my TEF students who are adults, they're professionals, and they have families too. So I provide a very flexible time for them. They get two options of time to choose from, time schedule. So, and then work whatever works best for them. So usually from Monday to Friday, I offer asynchronous studies for them, where they watch pre-recorded videos and also do some simple short tasks. Then on the weekends, when they are free, we have the live classes where we focus on listening, speaking, writing.
But starting a company in Canada, do you think it was hard for you to start up, or it was just seamless and you started without any troubles?
So first of all, Canada is a country that allows you to fly, so you get the support you need. But then when I started the company, I tried testing the waters with one leg, so I didn't go out fully. So by going out fully, I mean getting a company registered, having a company name. That's the basic thing you need to do. So with that, you discover that in the long run, if you need business grants or loans, you need to have started a company for at least 1 year or 2 years. So in my case, I began, testing and seeing if it would work, if it was going to, go out well before registering. So when I eventually registered, and then I had a need for business grant or loan, I discovered that I had to wait for 1 year or 2 years. So if you want to start, go and start. You have the support from the government, you have from individuals. There are many people, you get many incentives to start to grow your company.
So do you see yourself diversifying into different other languages, like you speak German, maybe Spanish, and the likes?
Yes. So once there's a demand for it, we go all out.
You're going all the way.
Yes.
Yeah.
So currently we're still receiving demands for Spanish classes. So we are currently looking at starting a Spanish class and German in future, and also any language we have the need for, we have the demand for.
Yeah.
We start. So we started our maths class and reading class because we have the demand for it, and we have professionals that are able to handle these classes. So currently we're looking at starting a maths academy, where some of our students need help in maths. So it's good for them to also have, support from the same place where they're getting the French from.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So the advantage is that, one, it's cheaper for them because we take into consideration that these are our students, and also these are students we already know. You know their strengths, you know their learning styles. So it also helps us to be able to, help them in maths and reading if any arises.
Okay, and if anyone wants to reach you, what's the best way to get in touch with you?
Yeah, so you can reach me on my website, www.siloamexpressions.com.
I'll leave that in the description box.
Yes, and also you can also send me a DM on Instagram at Siloam Expressions. So Expressions is plural.
Oh, awesome. Alright, so is there like a concluding advice you have for anyone who is, still trying to decide on being bilingual? Is there any advice you have for such people to, how they, the pattern or the style of learning that works best for them if they want to pick up a new language?
Yeah, so first of all, if you're monolingual,
Yeah.
one language is never enough. So bilingualism helps you in, first of all, brain development, your cognitive development, so many skills you gain learning two languages or two or more languages. So that's the first part. The second part, it also helps you in your career, in future, in like your future plans. You want to travel, you want to do so many things. Being able to speak more than one language gives you a very big edge.
And do you take from all over the world, or you're just focusing on Canada at this moment?
So currently I have students in the UK, in Australia. Despite the time zones, we're able to find a very flexible time with the parents. So we take from even Nigeria. Yeah, we have students from
all over the world, basically.
not all over the world yet, but 4 continents. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much for joining us today. We truly appreciate you spending the time with us. So if you want to get in touch with her, go to her Instagram or go to her website, or you leave a comment on the description box. I make sure to direct it to her. Don't hesitate to come back for more for this type of videos. Do like and share and also subscribe. See you on the next one. Bye.
Bye.